Hello YouTube, welcome back. Today we're doing another round of rediscovering film photography. The other day I had an idea. I have always shot my film cameras with built-in light meters, and if I'm honest, I have always relied on them for quite a bit, maybe a bit too much. So today I'm going to shoot an entire roll of film without using a light meter just to see how it goes. Having a light meter in your camera can sometimes make you stop thinking about the light itself, and often than not, the camera will get the wrong exposure in tricky lighting situations, I suppose. And yeah, I want to correct this by relying a little less on the meter itself and a little bit more on my own judgment. The goal today is pretty simple, like train my eye and test my ability to read the light, and hopefully I'll get the correct exposures. I'll be taking out my Leica MP paired with the 35mm Summilux, which is a lens I haven't used in quite a while, so I'm looking forward to use it. For this challenge, the Sunny 16 rule is going to be my best friend. If you don't know what Sunny 16 rule is, definitely look it up. I'm not the person to explain these sort of things when it comes to film. I'm still learning and discovering things regarding to film myself, so definitely search up YouTube for this. But the basic idea is that in bright sunlight, you can set your aperture to f16 and your shutter speed roughly to the closest of your film's ISO. So if your box speed is 200, then shoot it at 1/250th of a second. And yeah, if your box speed is 100, then yeah, shoot it at 1/25th of a second. This is what I'll be relying on for most of these shots. But I'm also going to put myself in a difficult lighting situations just to see how well I can actually judge exposure or light. Hopefully by the end of the roll, I'll have passed the test and have the correct exposures. Anyways, let's find out. Okay, so what you have seen, these photos had only been converted with Negative Lab Pro without any adjustments, and by looking at the results, I was actually pretty pleased. I actually did okay with all the exposures. There weren't really any frames that were completely blown out or like really underexposed. There were definitely a few images where I think I could have given them a little bit more light, maybe like one stop. But yeah, that said, there were a couple of photos where I just got the exposure wrong, probably a few stops off in some cases, and honestly, that was completely on me. I think at that time, I wasn't really thinking about the light too much, or misjudged, I suppose. But overall, this little experiment proved something to me. Having a light meter is definitely useful, but it's not the end of the world if you don't have one. I certainly wouldn't go into panic mode anymore if my battery died or I suddenly found myself without a working meter. The first few frames were definitely uncomfortable. I was second guessing myself quite a bit, but after a while, that feeling started to disappear. Because I'm not completely sure, it's probably safer to give the film a little more exposure rather than less, since film works this way. So that's pretty much the test. There's not much more to say other than I hope you guys enjoyed the images. They are my usual out and about weekend photos, nothing too serious, just me walking around looking for things that catch my eye and trying to make some decent photos or create. And for those wondering where I am in the world, I'm based in New Zealand. It's a small country just below Australia, and there's actually not a whole lot going on, which I find it a bit challenging for nice photos that I envision on getting. It just seems hard to get some nice shots like I see elsewhere. Then again, I think we all have this problem, I guess, because yeah. Anyways, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.